13signsastrology.com. Yo, I just want to say first and foremost, thank you to everyone that has donated. A lot of people helped us to get back up and rolling. Still having a few different issues with the banking, but nothing to where it's stopping me at this point. Right now, what I want to do is I want to get to everyone and get your readings done on a professional level. So I'm going to first start off with an 800 number. And we're going to kind of go from there. As far as service to people on a professional level, because this number, like I said, was being abused. And that's partially, of course, you giving out a number, and it's a public number, and it's a professional way to do that. But like I said, I had to do what I had to do. I had to get started how I had to get started, because this thing that I'm doing, it's they call it nigga business, but it's really like one of the biggest underground movements. And they want to stop that shit, so I had to do what I had to do to just get it started like as quick as possible. And I realized that the internet and connected to the internet is really essentially about being able to connect through certain devices or having a way to do it, because the internet is like always out there, right? It's just like electricity, so it's always out there. So you can run an internet business several ways to keep your identity somewhat of a secret until you're ready to expose yourself. Because when you're talking about millions and billions of dollars, there are people that extort you just from your presence. Like just from having the ability to have you locked into a certain city or a certain area for a period of time, you can get extorted through your presence. And then what happens is that then it even goes even deeper than that, because then you gotta be able to really read when you're winning and losing money and things of that nature by being able to diagnose different units, because units is what controls the computer RAM or the supercomputer that I was talking about. So you have to be able to diagnose different sets of units, which gets into like algorithms and mathematics. And it's not just about how smart you are, because then you get into ritual, meaning that you have to convert and turn these numbers into actual folders. And that's what a true ritual is. So I'm throwing this all on you because this is where I'm at. And it's actually some decent knowledge that just came to me, for your day, for your afternoon to kind of chew up on. But so you have all of that going on. So when you talk about running any type of internet business from a perspective of adding, meaning that you're not just on the computer, but you actually live, but yet and still you're still connected. So this means you're at the location or the different areas that you may be linked into through your links. So when you start doing all of that and start linking up with the different locations and things of that nature, your commodities go up tremendously. When you start doing stuff like that, being able to link up and take back ownership, essentially what it is, over your links. So if you kind of notice, like what's going on, for instance, with this last, these hockey games that they got going on, you notice that you have one team which has L capital, which is the Lightning, of course, going against the Canadians, which is C capital, which represents the computer. So the Lightning represents the links on a major level. So like when you talk about the supercomputer and what it's actually connected to and the links and things of that nature, you're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry. That's what you got to realize, because you got various different levels of not only money and commodities and information to go through before you can actually get to a point where you can actually claim some form of a proof that you have a connection to it. So that's where I'm kind of at. So like when you get to a deep level, what they're going to do is that they're going to begin to put viruses on you, and they're going to use language to destroy your links. That's what they got to kind of do. They have to zero your links through language. So they got to switch and go into a different form of banking and use different types of currency. When you got your money invested a certain kind of way on the internet, say for instance, you got your money invested in dollars, they got to come with a different type of currency that's worth more and begin to offset your links through a different currency. And they're going to use a certain language to do that. They're going to use it. And I'm not going to reveal what language it is here, but the thing about it is, I will say this: if you're doing all of your work just in English, with English characters, and you have no understanding of this secret language that they actually use to create viruses with. See, what people don't realize is that they use a secret language to create viruses with, right? And once you get this virus, there's no way to really remove this virus from off of your banking and things of that nature, because they're gonna zero your money is what they're gonna do. This is from real shit. It's a virus, but it's real. And there's no way to remove this virus from your accounts and things of that nature, your links, unless you some kind of way learn how to zero the ritual through decoding the language that they're using, because they're using another language outside of English to create these viruses. So that's what we're going through right now, man. This shit is like mega deep. So what I'm doing, like I said, right now is that offsetting anything that they're doing. And the way that I'm offsetting that through language, I'm saying, and the way that I'm offsetting a lot of what they're doing through language and things of that nature is just through hands-on physical ritual and taking control of what I call taking control of your account with your actual hands and becoming and getting into a hands-on level. And that's when I say, like, you got to break this spell that they use. HP, it's this deity called HP that ties into Hewlett Packard, and actually goes into HP Lovecraft, that they use to fix you, to put a spell on you when it comes to the information and when it comes to you being able to connect with the information through the internet. So they have to use a certain spell to block you from that, because your physical body is where I'm getting at, is the first thing that they're going to attack to stop you from being able to totally connect to this type of banking that I'm speaking of. So you have to break through all of that, fix that. And I'm just trying to let people know how serious it is and how actually difficult it is, believe it or not, to do this type of ritual work. Because, I mean, it's one thing to know how to do mathematics, but it's another thing to kind of go into the problem itself and begin to be the one to fix it. So interesting shit. I'm gonna come back up with you real soon, just let you guys know where I'm at and things of that nature. I'll get into more of the language that they're using to offset English, and English characters is what they're doing. And these outside groups are using another language to do it. And if you remember, I'm gonna say one thing. You remember on the Predator, when he had that watch and there was a timer on that watch, remember as it was counting down, it was counting down in different languages and different numbers. And that's similar to what's kind of going on. You have people that have body computers connected to them, and the only way to hack into their shit is to learn how to hack into certain numbers and certain algorithms through mastering other languages. So it's not easy. Astrology is important. Sacred geometry is important. These are things you must know to move to the next level. But you can get billions, man, knowing this shit. Because I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I just jumped up to the million mark, over the million mark now, in a few days from mastering these algorithms. I'll come back up with you with more. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.